welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So this is the last spray, as they say, the last dance in the series. I'm going to be talking about and using oxides today. I have never used oxides before, like the sprays. I've used the inks, but not the sprays. So oxides are a fusion of dye and pigment ink. They're semi-opaque with a chalky finish. You can create cloudy effects, great for vintage backgrounds, dreamy backgrounds. So I'm going to be using a combination of what I have in my stash. This was the last sprays I purchased over the holiday. So this was my Christmas gifts to myself. So we're going to finish out doing the sprays. But when I was watching a Tim Holtz video recently, I discovered that he used this for some of his techniques. I've had it in my stash when I got the studio glass mat. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to do with it. I just hung on to it. Novice here. So I think I'm going to try the glass mat and compare it to this. I don't know if it's Teflon-y. I don't know what it is. It's something that came with it. But I saw him use it and I was like, oh, that's how you prevent getting sludge. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone because I've never used these before. I don't know what I'm going to get. I know what I'm going to get when I use the Distress Stain, the Mica Stain, the Distress Spritz. I know what I'm getting there, but I've never used these at all. So we'll see. So strap in and let's go. Let me show you my first color combo. But before I do that, got my brayer, got my pouncer, got my water misty thingy. I've got my heat tool, my rack, and am I missing something? Oh yeah, my mixed media paper. So Strathmore mixed media paper, 6x8. So those are the things that I'm using. Of course, I have some paper towel and some wipes. So I think that's it. I have a lot of stuff on my desk and it's driving me a little batty. So I'm going to come back and once I clear out some stuff on my desk, because I can't think right now. Yeah, that's better. I feel a little better. I had stuff everywhere and I was like, oh, I can't start this. This like that. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm going to use for my first batch. So I've got peacock feather, peeled paint, and aged mahogany. Now, and of course I've already did the whole thing with the, but I'm going to do it again. I don't like doing this like this, but it's what I have. Okay, now I got everything out of order. So yeah, there we go. So I'm doing lightest to dark. I'm going to spray it because I think I tend to like it better. Or directly onto the mixed media. I didn't wet it or anything. Okay, so for this one, I'm not going to wet it. I'm just going to spray it. Ooh, I'm just nervous. So bear with me. I feel like I should have missed it. How about that? I think I missed it just ever so slightly. There we go. Let's start off with what you know. Okay, that's me spraying with the misting. I don't know what I'm expecting. Looks interesting. They got some pooling. I'm gonna hit it with the little heat thing. So I'm gonna dry in between. I'm not sure if I like that. If I can break that up a little. Oops. Okay, that's on the other side. I'll go grab it. And remember, I like the rack because it allows the heat to go on the other both sides. Do I want that? full of ink. Oh well. I'm just going to dry it a little bit in between the colors. All right. I don't need to dry it fully, just dry it a little bit. Oh boy. Well, I have my little tool. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I don't want to use that one. That one tended to got a little hot and melted this. I'm looking for my little pokey tool. Okay, I thought I had it over here. Okay, I'll do without it. All right, so the next color. Make sure I'm in the right order. I wrote this down. Yeah, peacock feather. So that was peeled paint. Okay. I should have wet it. It's okay. I'll wet it now. I just missed the color. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's see what I got over here. I don't have a, well, you know what? This will work. Anything just to hold it down. Oh, that's interesting. That mixed a little. So yeah, it's sitting on top of the paper. It's not, that's why I dried it down. So it's interesting. All right. Let me spritz the paper. A little water's going to reactivate it, but okay. Interesting. Oh my goodness. I've been saying that the entire series. Interesting. Like fascinating. Yeah. You know, usually when I put this down, I don't like them. But as you continue on, you get to liking it more. Pick up some of that. Okay, yeah, see how it sat on top of it? Right. Okay, let's do one more layer. I got some big splatters this time. Some big droplets. I think I'm going to just lay it down. Not try it in between. Let's see what happens. And then I'm going to hit it with some water. Right. Oh. Let's try. And then I'm going to hit it with some water at the end. So this is just the spray right out the bottle. Out the way. Sorry, move that around. I'm just trying to move my sprays out the way, but I'm trying to keep them in order of the way I use it. I'm going to use them. So I can move this over a little. So I won't be knocking it over. Not too bad. Now you can continue to go if you don't like these colors. I think I'm going to hit it with some of that peacock feather over here on this side. Okay, so just bring those colors together. I don't know. I'm just doing. Let's do some big drops and flicks. See what I get. And if you think they're too pooly, just lift it up. I'm getting some nice stains there. Some oxidized effect. Not too bad. I wish I had done that. Oh, let me see if I can reactivate that. Get those big spots out. Not too bad, y'all. Not too bad. I want that. I got some pooling right here. You don't know what you're gonna get until you start mixing with your colors. So this is me just playing. Can I turn it to a useful background? Absolutely. Can I use it for something? Absolutely. But for now, I'm just playing with the colors that I have. Okay. I'm gonna set that aside. Let that finish drying on its own, and I'm gonna reset for the next color. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same color combo again, since that was straight out of the bottle, but I'm gonna use it for the smooshing. Now I barely saw this. Let's get these. Okay. So I saw Tim do this. I don't know. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to put the color on here. Oh, it beat it up. Okay. Wipe that off. Okay. And fascinating. These over here so I don't have to keep taking the tops off. Okay, so that was peeled paint, aged mahogany, and peacock feathers. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna drop it on there. Oh, I think I just screwed it up, quite frankly. I just think I was supposed to just put it on there and not do what I just did. So see how it's beating up? I think I was just supposed to drop it in there. I don't know what I was doing. So let's see if we can get these colors to run a little. Oh my God. Sometimes the biggest messes make the prettiest results. When you don't know what you're doing and you're just doing it. Maybe I should have dried it in between, but I don't know. I'm just playing. Let me dry it a little. Let's see what I get. Move that out the way. Bring in the rack. It's like bring in the rack. Sounds like I'm torturing something. Bring the rack. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun figuring it out. And I think that's the biggest lesson I've taught myself over this entire series. Don't be afraid to try something, even if you get unexpected results. It's still usable. Well, this is more cloudy. You know, it's still something that it's unexpected. I'm just sopping up some of that standing water. But it's usable. Oh, look, I got yellow out of that. Oh, this might be it. Fascinating. I'm trying not to say interesting. Oh, I do like it. I do like it. I'm going to try to fix that up. Okay, so let's go back. Let's bring this back over. Just wipe this off and start again. How about that? Let me just use some water. And I wasn't sure if I was supposed to spray it first or let's go and get that water up. I don't want it to contaminate the rest. You know, I want to make sure I get it all out off of here. I can see some of that mahogany right here. I'm sorry you guys are watching me do this, but I just don't want to. I've learned my lesson about cross contamination with different colors because it's a thing, and I did it. Okay, let's try it again. So, but look, it's very dreamy, that's for sure. Reminds me of a nebula. Oh yeah, I don't want to use that one because I got a lot of that color. So I'm just going to use some of the peeled paint and aged mahogany. And what I'm really trying to do is get that top part. Like cut over some of that. I think I'm more disciplined now. Spray. Get that color to run a little. I'm going to leave a lot of white. That's, as you know, that's unusual for me because I don't usually do a lot of white. But I'm going to leave some white. Move it out the way and let's hit up with the thing. I think I'm going to be done with this set of colors. Oh, it's pooling right there. So I'm going to try to get it to not pool. It's making some streaks. Flip that up. Oh, I like. So I'm using the paper towel to take up some of those streaky bits that ran along. Wow, I think I like it. Like this part along the edge. Yeah, I like, see how it covered that up? Almost got a purpley color down in there. And then I'm going to hit it with some water to make some splatters or some water oxide. And I just misted it to see if I could get some water splotches, some little voids. Yep, like when it's drying up. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm getting a little round watermarks. Alright, I think I'm done with that one. It'll continue to dry down, but that's very dreamy and very dreamy. Yeah, we'll see what it does, because after I've come back and looked at these after a couple of days, I like them more and more. So we'll put that over to dry, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back for my next two panels. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to hit it with the spray, and then I'm going to try to master that Teflon-y thingy, whatever that white mat is. But for the next set of colors, it's Wild Honey, Festive Raspberry, and Festive Berries and Picked Raspberries. Okay, I'm trying to decide, since I've never color swatched these, I don't know which is the darkest. I know this is the lightest, so we're going to start with the lightest color. And I'm just priming the spray thing. Okay. Since I've never used these before. These are brand new. I've already wetted the paper, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of dry it in between. And I'm okay with the big splotchy splotches. Alright. I thought I had some. There's a lot of paper towel in this. I'm going to pick up some of that color. I don't want those big splotches. Okay. Alright. Try it this way. Oh, I'm liking the wild honey. I'm liking that color. I really am. Okay, that's enough of that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do picked raspberry next. So I'm going to put it next to it. Okay, let me prime the pump. And then up in here. Then have that little space. Not too bad. Forgot to spray it with water. Let's see what I get. I'm getting a little orange going. I should have wet the... But every time you wet the thing, you reactivate the ink. Which is not a bad thing, but let's see if I can sop up some of that. Pretty. Pretty. Okay. Then the next one is Festive Berry. So I'm going to hit that corner. Oh, let me prime the pump. Okay. I got some splotches. Okay. Alright, I forgot to hit it with the water, so let's do a little water. So when you're playing with your sprayer and the water, you can kind of figure out the pressure for your effect too that you want to use. Like if you depress it this way, this much pressure, I'll get these results. If I do it that way, I'll get this result. But I'm kind of liking it. This might be my favorite color combo yet. See? Got a little orange going on right in there. Alright. So try to hit it again in all the spots. And again, you can continue to build up the color. Oh, I'm not going to spray it with water. Just going to leave it like it is. I want that intense color behind it. Like you can continue spraying it and doing layers and layers. I'm only doing 2, but you could do 3, 4 layers to build up that color intensity, give it a rich background. If I was not filming, I want you to see what I'm doing, but I don't want you to have to spend all the time looking at me doing these layers. Of course, I could continue and just speed up the film, you know, the shot, so you don't have to watch me, but this is sufficient for what I'm doing since I'm just playing with it. Oh my goodness. So that was that one. Picked raspberry is next. And festive berry is in the middle. Okay, so pick raspberry here. I'm going to spray it with a little water where I want to spritz it. And I'm hesitating because I want to fill up that white space, but the negative space is fine. So we'll hit it with a little heat. So if you're with me this far, like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera so you can see. I actually could bring you down a little, but I've actually ruined a desk drawer. Let me spritz a little water. Relax. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm gonna not overthink it. Now I can take the tops off. I'm gonna be using that with the other one. Okay. I think I like it. I think I like it. Like it, like it, like it. I mixed it up in the air. See what I get. Lick it. Lick it, lick it, lick it. Just pull that out. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, it's very bright. Can you imagine this through a stencil? Like, this colors through stencil. Like, one color is the background, and then the other colors on top is a stencil. Through a stencil, that would be pretty. Something to think about. That's what I'm getting. I think I'm going to call that done for this, just to spray it on. It's going to dry down, and I don't know what it's going to look like when it finishes drying all the way, but as you can see, these colors are sitting on top of each other. They're looking really pretty. Okay. All right, let me clean up and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Got my next little panel. I'm gonna use the same colors. I think I'm gonna do exactly what I did last time, but I'm gonna be a little bit more patient and deliberate. So that's that one. That's wild honey, picked raspberry, and festive berry. So I made a little cluster there. On this side, I'm gonna use a little, and then little picked raspberry over here. So I made like a little cluster. And all I'm gonna do is lay this on there. And I want to try gel printing, but I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna try on gel printing because that's next for me. And then I'm just gonna lift it up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I didn't pay attention. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so I don't know. But I did pick up the color. And it's giving a different effect, that's for sure. I didn't spray any water on here. On the white, this part, this whatever this thingy is. And I'm trying to be gentle. Let me do it this way so I can get up all the color. But I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't know if I'm doing it right. But you'll correct me if I'm doing it wrong. Or make a suggestion on what I could do different. Again, I've never really used this thing. Oh, there, damn it. See, look. Okay. Oops, sorry. Got cursed. So I don't know. I should have paid more attention. But I said, oh, how hard could it be? Oh, but it is oh, look what it's doing. It's giving that texture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's getting a little texturally bubbly bit. I'm gonna let it dry. Let's see if I can dry that way. Oh, I should have put more down, which I think I will. Because now I'm getting a little texturally bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, put it on the back. Okay. I should have put more color down. I was timid with the color. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go heavy hand on the next round. Let this dry. Oh. Oh. Yay. It's giving me the little bubbly bits. do that. So I'll just spray the water on here first. Then I'm not going to be timid with the color. I'm going to put down a lot of color. And I did spray it this time. And it's kind of dry, so I'm hoping this just sits on top of it. And then I'm just going to slowly lift it up. Oh. Interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, y'all. But I am getting some interesting textures. Like I said, you never know what you're going to get. So don't be afraid. I'm just sopping up some of those colors. I don't want to dry that pad out with the thing. Alright, let's just put it this way. Oh, wow. This is going to be a pretty background. If I can figure out how to use this, I'm going to go back and look at Mr. Holtz and see what he said to do, because I'm smashing it in, so I'm assuming if I smash it in, I spread all the stuff. Alright, this is going to be my last. I'm not pulling anymore. This is it. But I am going to hit it with the water once I dry it to get that oxide effect. And I'm going to be patient on this one. I'm always rushing that. Oh, but I did get some interesting patterns. I don't know if you can see that. With that, interesting patterns. Okay. Let me set this aside. Oh. Yeah. If my husband saw this mess, he would not be happy. He's like, you're making a mess. This is what I do best. So I'm going to put it in my hand. No, I want to flick first. And I'm going to drop bigger spots. And I think I'm just going to let it settle. I'm not going to heat it. I'm going to let it do its thing on its own without me doing anything. But this is what I got so far. This is what it's doing. I'm going to let this dry on its own. I'm not going to let the heat gun do anything. I'm just going to let it dry. All right, I'll be back for my last set of colors. All right, so I've reset, and here we go again. This color combo, so there's obviously you can see sets of threes, is Speckled Eggs, Broken China, and Tumbled Glass. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the tops because that's ridiculous. Just put those over to the side. I've already wet the paper down, and I mean I've really wet it this time. So I'm going to start with Speckled Egg. Prime the pump. Get that up in the nozzle. Oh. Okay, I've done something different. So I'm just gonna do a band. Okie dokie. Man. Let me grab some paper towel. That might be something. Okay. Need one over there. You know what? I'm not gonna dry in between because I haven't done that yet. Let's lay down the next color, which I'm gonna use. No, I'm gonna use Tumbled Glass. Prime that pump. Okay. And then let's try broken china. Prime that pump. I can tell if you see if I barely spritz it, then if you hold it down longer, you get a concentrated stream. Okay. All right, let's try. Fascinating, as Mr. Spock used to say. So you know how when you're doing yoga and they call it practice, and as you experiment, you're practicing, right? So you're practicing on what you want to do, what you can do, how the water is reacting, what the paper's doing, how you hold the nozzle, the bottle, how much force you exert on the sprayer. And you think I found my, and then you find your rhythm. So I think I found my rhythm. And this is back to speckled egg. And I got just barely depressing the spray nozzle. This is tumbled glass. So I'm barely pressing down on it. And this is broken china. I mean, I'm barely hitting it, and I didn't put any water on there. I'm going to dry in between, and then the next layer I'm going to spray a little water after. I imagine these would be gorgeous to paint with. I really like that speckled egg, so I think I'm going to use that one. Like that speckled egg. Look like that gray, bluey color. It's pretty. I'm not going to let it dry. I'm going to flick some water. And I'm going to use the speckled egg again, because I want to get it over some of that blue. Tumbled glass. And then, okay, when you think you've done enough, you've done enough. When you think you're going to ruin it, stop. And I'm telling myself, stop! I think I'm going to use my glass mat on this next one. I think I like it. Make a nice background. Don't know for what, or for who, or when, or why, but it will. Okay, look at that one. Not bad. Not bad. Gonna let that do its thing and put that over here. And then I'm going to use my mat. Just gonna put that over there. And then I'm just gonna use some speckled egg. tumbled, and a little broken china on top. I'm just going to hit it with the water, and then we'll see what I get. Because I haven't done this technique. Going to try to use up what I have on my mat and just pull it that way. Nice. Nice. Okay. Different look. Okay. Different look. A little water. Dry it up. Not too bad. This is the most different of them all, since I never put them on my glass mat. I think the speckled egg on top, the little splattery bits, should do the trick. I'm going to dry this down a little more. Not too much, just enough where I'm going to splatter with the speckled egg. I'm going to wipe that down. I don't know if you can see it, it's going to be real subtle, but I'm going to dry that down. And I end up with some round speckled eggs. Just some speckles. For speckled eggs. That's what I was looking for. Speckled egg. It's not plural. I'm just drying those spots on there. I don't know if you can see the speckled egg, if it's coming through. I think I'm going to do the same thing with broken china. Clean off the nozzle. And I just got some big intense color, like a splotchy of color, like bloop. And this looks like it's raining on there. Oh wow, it turned it a different way. You can really see it coming up. So you can get real creative. I imagine if I use some, I'm assuming I can put stain or a mica stain on top of this. If this is dry, if the oxide is dry. Okay, I think I'm going to call that done. I'm not going to do too much more after that. But, you know, you could continue on, but some flicks of some spritz or mica stain to make it pop, but I think it's going to look great. All right, I'm going to clean this up, come back and recap everything, and then we are calling this done. And then the idea for the next video, if you stick with me, is just to do something with those backgrounds. It's great to have them. I'm not going to do a lot, but I want to do something with them so that they can turn into a card or components of a card, so that when I'm ready to put together a card, I can just go through background. This has got this has got that, and then I can put together a card. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am done cleaning up. So let me say this. I went ahead and picked out my favorite ones, and then I'll tell you, and then I'll bring on the other set. So these are my 3 favorite ones. This is the speckled egg, broken china, and tumbled glass. This one is the aged mahogany, picked raspberry, festive berry. No, I'm sorry. Peeled paint, aged mahogany, and peacock feather. And then this one is the Wild Honey, Picked Raspberry, and Festive Berry. Those are my 3 favorite. What do you think? I'm going to show you the rest of them. I gotta clean that out because that's bothering me. These are the next 3 sets. So let's see if I can get them in order. That's the next ones. And boop. I'm debating between these two. I don't know which one. I think I like this one better because it's got that interesting pattern. And it's still wet. But these were my favorite. Which one are your favorites of the set? You let me know. And if you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and help my channel grow. And I really appreciate it. Again, the next set is taking all of the panels. I'm going to pick my favorite ones out of all of them and do something with them to make them into a card. And I will talk to you guys next time.